what I'd like to start with is to share with you a ministry passion of mine that I embraced way back in 1973, believe it or not, when I made the decision to go to seminary. And I was a guy who didn't really have a lot of church background, came out of a non-church home, became a Christian in college, then decided to go into ministry. But I remember when I was in seminary, I was captured by a vision for what the church could do. And I kind of call it my holy grail of church ministry, so to speak. And what I mean by that is it's something that captured me that continues to drive me to this day. And that holy grail of church ministry came in the form of a passage in Ephesians 4 given by the Apostle Paul. And here's what it says. It says, "And Christ gave to the church pastors and teachers." And when I was a young seminarian, I was sitting there and go, okay, that's me. This is speaking to me. Here's my job description. And it says their responsibility is to equip God's people to do His work and build up the body of Christ. Now you got to remember, I'm a little bit more of a blank slate because I didn't grow up in the church. So as I was looking at that, I thought, okay, here's my role. When I finish school, I'm going to go out and start a church. And as I start that church, my goal is to create people who can do ministry in a community in such a way that they build up the body of Christ in that community. I didn't realize that so much of the gravity of churches is pulling all that force back to either a pulpit ministry or a personality. But what I wanted to do is unleash people, not be the star of people. So when we went out and helped formulate a church in Little Rock, Fellowship Bible Church, there were not at that point in time a lot of independent churches in our community. Back in 1977 through 80, there were just a few independent churches. So when we started that church, the natural thing in the community that's more grounded in what you call traditional denominational churches was the question, well, what kind of church are you? Are you a Baptist church? Are you a Methodist church, a Presbyterian? What kind of church are you? And we decided to take our identity from what the Apostle Paul said here in Ephesians 4. So when people would say, what kind of church are you? We'd say, we're an equipping church. And our job, our endpoint, if you will, is that we work with people in such a way that we know we've scored a touchdown when John or Sally layperson understands a ministry that they're passionate about, have been equipped to do that ministry, and then can go out and change other people's lives. That's the goal of the church. And so for all the years that I helped pastor Fellowship Bible Church of Little Rock, that's what we were about, trying to equip people and unleash people to do the work of ministry. It wasn't so much measuring ourselves by a Sunday event as measuring ourselves by individual lives and how well those lives could live out the Christian life. Which brings me to where I am today, because I'm introducing you in this session to Life Ready and what Life Ready is all about. And at the core of Life Ready is still the Holy Grail of ministry. Because Life Ready is about equipping lay people in such a way that they're able to do the same quality ministry out in the field, in their homes, in the community, or even in a room at the church. The same quality with great effects that so often is given to pull off a Sunday event. We don't just need great gatherings, although I love those, but we also need micro ministries that are done at the same quality level. So what we've done at Life Ready is try to create a way to take a slice of ministry that we think is fundamental for the church, marriage and family, and equip lay people so well that they're able to change people's lives inside and outside the church. So, what is Life Ready? At the very core, Life Ready is a strategy. And we've created a DVD that shows that strategy, shows it in churches actually being used, answers a lot of questions. In fact, when this session is over for you pastors, we have that little strategy video that you can take with you to home and review it. But what I want to do is take a little slice out of it where I'm explaining the Life Ready strategy and give you the biblical basis for it and let you just watch it for a moment, and then I'll add some comments around that, and then we'll be concluded for our first session. So let's just take a moment and look at the Life Ready strategy.